What's up, nerds on the Renegade Cactus, but you can call me whatever you want. Welcome! Sorry, I had to readjust. Welcome to Dark Chronicle Dark Cloud 2. I am riding on a high right now. I'm drinking G Fuel to basically stay awake. I mean, I am pretty awake. But yeah, I just played a pretty intense League of Legends game. Like on the Howling Isle, so one lane and just... Yes, I played Olaf, which was incredibly great. I love Olaf, at least in our ARAM. And meanwhile, I blasted some power metal. That was... Oh, that was good. Like, I'm not lying when I say, damn it, I'm on a high right now. And we're gonna use that to just go in and go through the wind forest floor, whatever. We're gonna use that in today's video. I hope it stays that way, otherwise, like, I hopefully won't crash during this video. But goddammit, I really wanted to record something right now, and Jade Cocoon 2 just sounds so great right now. Stinky Spore picked up. What does the Stinky Spore do? He's stinky, and the spore. Foul smelling spore helps enemies escape. So it's basically an item for us to escape by making the enemy escape. If I read that correctly. Was there something back there? No, that's... Wait, yes, there is. Where did you come from? We're gonna just completely destroy it, hopefully. Oh, yeah, oh my goodness. I mean, I know my guys are pretty strong, but, I mean, damn. Then again, we're only at floor 2 or whatever. We're only on the 2nd level. Kalma? No.
You're a Mao beast hunter, right?
Oh, Mao.
How do you find Mao divine beasts? I can't seem to find any.
That's a good question.
That is a matter of luck and effort, Squeak. Only Elrim knows where they are and how they can be found. But there is a good way.
Is there a secret move or some cheat code? Is it online somewhere?
Those sneaky ways are no good. No good, Squeak. It might be good to battle Mao beast hunters in the forest.
Okay.
Really? Then let's fight.
Not now.
Yeah, I knew he wouldn't say... He wouldn't fight. But yeah, that's the thing. I think the only Mao we have right now is our starter. Pretty sure. But anyway, we're gonna go and we're gonna just go into this ogre vine. Yes, you are a Kalma, I know. I love, it's like the sound effect was like a gorilla was and the word bubble was geeky. Nilgilth. I think we battled one of these before. Ragulth. I freaking love how pretty much all of their naming conventions, like Ragulth, Nigilth. It's like Maltia or Malsha. It's like, what does it mean? Does it matter? It just sounds good. Do we just go for... You know what? Yes, we're gonna go for a Medina right now. Which doesn't really do much for us. But this little fella... I did not need to do that. So the reason why I did that right now is because if a monster isn't actively fighting in a battle, then it won't get as much XP as the rest. But this guy is already on this formation, so he already attacked once. So, yeah. He did the Ragulth. I mean, it doesn't matter. This enemy was pretty easy to do, and I freaking love the underbite of our Mao, of our... basically both of our fire guys in like the middle and the right. It's like... Level 14, that's great. Jade Cocoon picked up, which is a... It had a wind type, Malsha, wind type attack that actually deals damage. They are not that, what's the word I'm looking for, common. Like many wind types are just status ailments and stuff like that. And we find, oh, one of those things. We're just gonna, once again, just completely destroy it out the gate. Because against guys like this, it's just a hassle to always change formation. It would take way longer than it need to be. And it's not like they give a huge amount of EXP. Oh, who we have here? Oh, this guy.
Master Kahu, come.
Oh, Dr. Gill.
I have made an incredible discovery.
Huh? What is it?
A knife!
But it's no big orb.
Nope.
Listen, do not be surprised. God.
God?
More accurately, a descendant of the divine spirit of knowledge, Maman. Come.
He just found God! Or at least a descendant. Oh, that thing, I remember it from when I played.
Spirit of knowledge. Yamu is his name.
This divine spirit of knowledge looks more like a chestnut in its fur.
Can it talk?
Gimme. My, it is certainly intellectual. Gimme something.
Now, Yamu, you must not be greedy.
But Yamu wants stuff.
Dr. Gill, how did you find him?
I gave him some food, and he became attached to me.
No, how did you find him?
He seems to be a spirit protecting the divine Baobao tree.
A spirit who gets attached to you with food can't be good for anything. Dragonfly woman, shut up!
I like this guy.
Who are you calling a dragonfly? You're pretty cheeky.
The wind orb, Master Kahu's tail, and the spirit Yamu. I am overjoyed to have so many wonderful research topics.
Yeah, for him it's like heaven.
Stingy. As a sign of friendship, give me something.
Sure, I mean, I got quite a few items. Can I give you something?
Where did you come from, Yamu?
Beyond the forest. Far, far beyond.
No, not that. Which forest?
Go forest. Go through forest. It's no good. He doesn't even know himself.
I want to give him something.
What do you think of
Your friend. Good guy.
friend, huh?
Gil good guy. Give me good meat. Gil fun guy. Give me flute. Gil nice guy. Give me spear ornament. So he gives you stuff and that's why he's a good guy?
I mean, yeah. At least he doesn't take away stuff, right? Right, so we got a descendant of God. The divine spirit of knowledge, was it, I think? Sure, because, I mean, why not? It's not like this game pretty... From the beginning, established its own rules. And by that, I mean, it pretty much didn't establish any rules. It just... Things happen, and that's totally normal. So it's not like anything could happen where you are like, oh, that sounds unreasonable, or oh, that sounds unrealistic, because pretty much this game has its own logic, but doesn't really feel the need to tell you. And that's completely fine with me. That's always something that I like. It most of the time it bugs me when there is something like something supernatural in any kind of game or book or movie in a specific universe. When they get something like, let's say, magic or the Force in Star Wars. Those are things that I can just completely accept as soon as they are pretty much established, because if like, let's say Star Wars had, let's say the first 3 Star Wars movies didn't have any mention of the Force. And then the prequels come around, and there is no mention about the Force until, let's say, episode 2. And then suddenly it's, yeah, the Force, and it's all around us, and we use it all the time. That would suck, because where the heck, since when? Why didn't you, why wasn't it there before? Or if Harry Potter was like 6 books and then suddenly magic started, that would make no sense. So as long as there's something from the start, I can, or mostly from the start, I can completely be on board with it just being there without any explanation. And in many, many cases, they try to put in some explanations. And in some cases that can completely work. Like, was it like Back to the Future? If I remember correctly, all we know about time travel in Back to the Future, like how he achieved it, is some technobabble, and that he needed 88 miles per hour with the flux compensator, stuff like that. Like, completely made up words as far as I know. Like, as far as I know, there is... Like, flux is a word that... Sure. Sure. Like, flux is a word that exists at all, but flux compensator and yada yada, that's just...
You know you're gonna lose anyway.
I like his voice.
Pretty strange.
So that is just technobabble that you basically cannot completely understand. You can learn what he says. Like, you can say exactly the way it exactly the way he says, but that doesn't make any sense in reality. And I'm totally fine with that. And the same with, like, if you say magic exists in whatever story, and it's because of the great baobab tree and its roots that spread all across the earth, and its spores, like, dissolve into air, and that's basically where magic comes from. Completely alright. Completely alright with that. What I don't like is some explanation that tries very hard to be realistic. Like, if you try to... Yeah, you lost. Like, if you take... If you were to say, okay, time travel, we're gonna... we achieved time travel by...
You're terrible.
by combining 7 different...
I get it.
Yeah, I wanted this. Give me.
Here you go. Take it. That's a good... Go away.
I managed to win. It's no fun at all.
I kind of like this guy.
Don't deliver the finishing move, so he gets big-headed.
What? That doesn't make any sense. Whatever. No, like, if you try to explain it by realistic standards, even with stuff like, if you were to say we combined copper and nickel, and now we can time travel, that wouldn't make any sense. It just, I took a strange turn in everything, but I don't mind any supernatural stuff, any unrealistic stuff in any story. But I don't need an explanation. And if there is an explanation, it should be something that is, once again, completely confined in its own universe. Know what I mean? I don't know if I can bring my point across the way I wanted to. Like, I never really liked the midichlorian thing in Star Wars, because you have the Force. The Force is basically magic, and then suddenly it is science because you have something in your blood that makes you be able to use the Force. That for me defeats the whole purpose of having something like the Force, because it is something supernatural, and then you explain it by science. Technically by science that is very understandable, because like something in your blood makes you be able to do something, or makes you the way you are. Completely kind of makes sense. Know what I mean? It's just... Once again, I might have not explained it the way that makes too much sense, but baseline, once again, if there is something supernatural in your story, then let it be contained in your story. And in cases like magic seldom needs any explanation, because we basically all accept that in a story, a world is either magic, is either magical or it isn't. There is no it is magic because, no, it is magic because it is magic because it is magical. There is magic because it is magical, or there isn't. How did I get there? Because of the little guy, right? Somehow, yeah. And yeah, exactly, because I was talking about how this game doesn't really establish any rules, so it doesn't have any rules to follow. Like, in the next Ogre Vine, there could be a big Hydra-like thing that is basically a huge divine whatever. And I wouldn't question it, because, of course, why wouldn't there be? If we found a flying apparatus with unexplained, with an unexplained flying power, like it just flies and that's it. Even if it doesn't make any sense aerodynamically, even if it's just a rock that floats around and we stand on it and we can fly with it, I would totally accept that, because yes, that isn't that far off in this game's world. Know what I mean? On the other hand, let's say you read Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer, a classic of literature and all, completely grounded in the real world. Some unrealistic stuff here and there, but basically that's exaggeration for the sake of the story. That's completely normal. That's basically what a story is. But it has the same logic as our real world. So if, let's say, Tom Sawyer gets chased by someone and there is a cliff that spans 20 meters. I don't know, it's like 40 feet or something like that. Let's just say 40 feet, whatever. And Tom runs and he takes a leap because he can't escape and he can do it. That would be a point where I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense. Like, that would make sense if Tom Sawyer was somehow explained as a person that is strong or fast or whatever. If it was established that he is different than the rest, that would kind of make sense. But since he is a totally normal human being, just slightly smarter than the most, it wouldn't make sense if he were suddenly like able to, let's say, jump 40 feet. Know what I mean? On the other hand, if Harry Potter was to create his own spell to do whatever he wants, I don't know what, I wouldn't question it, because we all know that in his universe there exists magic and people had to create spells, because otherwise how would there be spells? So people could create spells. Make sense? Makes sense. Let's see if you are a Kalma. Yes, you are. Yeah, that's one of those things that I think about every now and then. Spike Star. Summer Kiss just gets rid of our defense, right? Like at the end of our turn, we all lose some defense. Yeah, defense parameter went down. And, I mean, the thing in the Wind Forest is, as long as you can keep attacking the enemy, you always win. Because wind monsters are so frail. It's really, in this whole game, wind monsters are my least favorite. I use them if I have the space for it, if I, like, unlock as many monsters as I need to then be able to also use wind without giving up any other slot, I would do it. But otherwise, wind will always be my last choice because it's just... Oh, wow, that's a long road. Because to me, it's just not that useful. Wait. Oh, that's one of those combining things. Do we have anything we could combine? Ah, damn it, nope. I mean, maybe 2 Inferno books. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try that. Try putting in an item. Let's put in the bitter mugworts. That should give us a Mel's elixir. Oh, interesting. Let's use 2 stinky spores. Dull stone. Oh, okay. Do we have 2 dull stones now? I think we do, which I think would bring it up to a better one. Huh, 2 stinky spores form a dull stone. 2 dull stones form a stinky spore? Is that always the same? It's just pretty stone. Huh. It might just be completely random. I have no idea. I hate the sounds that this thing does. Revive Ruby? Makes not resurrects one fallen beast. Wow. The sounds that it makes, not the sound that it does. Whatever. It's like sneeze and then a very human sounding sigh. That's just nah. Yeah, they are trying to put us to sleep. And it worked twice, and the third one will probably go to sleep now as well. Nope. Those are by far the most annoying enemies in the whole game, to me. But I mean, they attack straight away, so that's alright. I should be able to kill at least one, if not both. Oh yeah, okay, both. Because again, wind monsters, very frail, very frail. Oh, come on. Do we have to run back quite a long way to see the whole map? Ah, well, it's all right. It's not that bad, but still. Come on. What do we have here? Those 2. We're just gonna attack with our fire side for now, because our the slime is already high enough. Oh wow, that's a big difference. Because the slime is already high enough to be able to be merged. And our bug guy, Gara? Was it? I don't know. Gets 10% more experience anyway. So I thought it wouldn't be that necessary to have him... to use him in the fight as well. But, I mean, if he only gets 92 and the 3 main guys get 210, that's, yeah. That's a big difference. And all 3 sleep. Doesn't really matter because now, once again, we should be able to kill him after... Oh, we even attack first. Boom. We kill only one of them. Shit. Twingo woke up. Does that count as he was in fight? Like, he got attacked, so it should give him the same experience as the rest, right? Yes, exactly. And even more because of his 10% bonus. Which is great. That's a really big forest floor. Okay, once again, Everyone attacks. I like their design. Like, if a thing like that would creep up to me somewhere on the ground, I would freak out. But in this game, I love that design. Alright, goal for today's episode is go through... Are we in the second? No, we're in the third dungeon floor in this case, right? Go through the whole dungeon floor and defeat the boss. That is my current goal. Alright. A mugwort, which, yeah, doesn't really do much. Okay, this is where we started. This is where we haven't gone yet. Can we connect? Yes! That looks connectable. Melts elixir. Like, those items are neat and all, but we rarely use them. And it looks like we have to go all the way around.
Dr. Gill, you're hurt.
I was attacked by divine beasts.
Oh, that sucks.
Don't worry, I'll be fine.
What exactly happened?
He was attacked by divine beasts.
Clue to the orb was here, but it was not so.
Who was it that gave you that information?
Exactly. Who?
Birdman! The guy at Kikinak and Company? Such suspicious information.
That's what I thought, but thinking it might be true, I couldn't stay away.
But you should not be going into such dangerous places.
No, no. If there is any possibility, I cannot afford to fall behind.
Like, how is that suspicious information? Kikinak and Co. deal with information. So them saying that, like, there's a rumor that an orb is there makes complete sense,
I was
right?
hoping against hope, after all.
Okay. But yeah, it's always, someone always hears something. But from whom? Because there aren't really people around. There are only the people in the temple, and those aren't that many. But anyway, let's keep going. We are... that takes a long while. Alright. Next level is the boss level already? Yeah, we're gonna save just to be sure. Oh wow. So my goal for this episode was to be to complete this. We were about to complete it like in half an hour all in all. And then we'll see what we're gonna do with the rest of the time. Once again, no idea how much time it will be. Shout to you too, sir. Somewhere between like 45 minutes and an hour, I guess, but maybe not an hour. I already recorded quite a few things today, and I plan on doing some other stuff. Mainly, like, tidying up my flat a bit. It's been a while since I actually cleaned it. I mean, the thing is, as bad as the current situation in the world is, not being able to see many people sucks. But on the other hand, makes me have quite a lot of time for other stuff. I'm sorry, that sounds a bit bad, but I'm trying to see the best in pretty much everything. I basically trained myself to be an optimist, a realistic optimist. Just because I always was more like a realistic pessimist. And it kind of like brings you down. And I know saying I just stopped being a pessimist and now I'm an optimist might sound a bit stupid, but I mean, it kind of worked. And I still have very pessimistic tendencies from time to time, but like, I kind of force myself to see the positive and stuff, and it works, at least for me. Not saying that it works for everyone. Another one? No, okay.
You've got a brave face. You've got spirit. Want to go at it?
Sure. That's a good dungeon floor.
I'll take you on.
All right, let's do it.
3 big fights. One against a Kalma, one against a...
Go, Kahu. Don't go.
Are they called Tamer? Yeah.
Look close. This is how you use it.
And then the boss itself. So that's a lot of experience. With quite a bit of luck. I mean, that might be a bit far-fetched, but with quite a bit of luck, we might be able to get everyone to the level where they can be merged. Nice. Ah, a third one. Like, using the sleep Atslan is not bad at all, especially since it isn't really affected by barrier at all. But having 3 monsters, I mean, it makes it way more likely to hit all enemies just like this. I freaking hate him. Freaking hate it! Makes it way more likely. But on the other hand, right now, I mean, all 3 of my guys sleep, and all you can do is just try to put me to sleep again. Basically, wasting MP, wasting turns. But I mean, my guys don't wake up. So basically, for us right now, it's really great. Because all 3 of those will not have enough MP, it seems. Or, yeah, at least 2 out of 3 probably won't have enough MP to do it again. So if our guys... no one basically wants to wake up. Burn attack and regular attack because he has no MP. I hate it so much. And I don't have a speed up on the PS2 emulator. Tiki woke up. I mean, that's good because Tiki does have a AoE attack. Can we do at least some damage? I mean, it was some damage. Is our slime immune because he guarded twice now, or was that just... No, I think he was one of his passives, right? Luch woke up. We have 2 guys now awake. Okay, that's good. That's good. Oh, that's not good. But Luch kills one of them. Oh yeah, he does. Holy hell. Cactus woke up. We're gonna... Yeah, okay. Tiki? No. Okay, all 3 go to sleep. Sure! Okay. Let's think about stuff to talk about, because basically just talking about this battle doesn't make any sense. It's the weekend right now. I don't really have that much to do. I'm still working next week because we, like I said, I've mentioned it before, I am an essential worker. And we... Oh, Tiki's already down. Shit. I mean, not really much we can do, right? Yeah, I'm an essential worker and my company cannot... Oh, we don't... Oh, can we please wake up somehow? Basically, we cannot close our doors. We must stay open. Yes, okay. Now we can at least take out at least one of them. Okay, great. And 2 of them. Awesome. We're just gonna keep attacking. Because it's the last enemy. Yeah, we go through the middle. That's completely alright. That was a stupid fight. So, because of the virus and all, we split the whole company in 2, and both teams basically...
Nice attacks, but your guarding needs help. Anyway, to commemorate your victory...
No, my gardening doesn't need any help, because I have a great barrier, but you just put me to sleep.
This
You
It's
piece
like
of
a
shit.
Hey, let's fight again.
Yeah, next time. So, what was I saying? Basically, first, do I have any way to revive you? I mean, yes, in a fight. Oh, we're resurrected fallen beast. That's great. With one... do we have any HP? Oh yeah, that should be enough. So, 2 teams in our company, and for 2 weeks, Team 1, which is mine, works. 2 weeks, Team 2, while Team 1 is at home. And then we keep switching. Because in case anyone in our company gets the thing that no one wants to get right now, the whole team would stay at home, and the other team would be like on duty. We basically had to stay at home, mostly because, I mean, of course, due to the current situation, but also because we were basically on call, or what was it called? What is it called again? Yeah, when you let's call it on call, because we were waiting to receive a call. Hey, you need to... Okay, he's not immune. You need to come and work because the other team cannot. And last week I worked. Next week I will also work, and then I'll have 1 more week at home. And after that, things will return back to normal, which I think is stupid in the current situation, but I don't get paid enough to think about that stuff. Like it's what the higher ups wanted, so of course I can only say sure, yes, of course. Do we heal someone? I mean, it won't be bad to at least partly heal. And you know what? Since we got quite a lot of Mel's elixirs, let's use 2 of them here. Let's use 1 of them on Cactus, because we might find a healing flower in the next Ogre Vine, or we'll find the boss. That's mostly the reason why that's the reason why I healed everyone and revived. Yes, yes. Oh no, it's an airplane. This is basically the evolved form of the comically helicopter dog. I mean, its design is incredible. Incredibly stupid. And here we have what I said. This thing is a living airplane. But in this game, completely acceptable. Like, sure. That's in no way stranger than the rest of the things we've seen, right? Alright. We can do this. Why is the sound suddenly so loud? I mean, for me. For you, it should stay the same. Oh. Okay, let's switch. He might go... Yeah, I knew he would. Should have stayed with all 3. Of course, all 3. Not saying I'm furious, but I'm about to be incredibly furious. Because a boss can switch around his attacks way more than a regular... Oh, but we got some guys waking up. Great, great, great. He attacks, but we can also attack. We could set up another barrier, but it is a wind monster, so... Oh, come on. So I think we're better off just attacking. We're gonna go with the attacking book, giving everyone more attack, and just Samakis destroys our defense. Doesn't really matter to me. That thing really doesn't attack too often. If it does, it will most likely deal quite a chunk of damage. But we deal more. Twingo woke up. Do we dare? We dare. It would be great if Twingo stays awake. Or all 3 go to sleep. I mean, who am I to ask the impossible, right? Burn attack, we take that. Not great, but we take it. If both guys hit, we win. Because Luch just, yeah, single-handedly destroys the whole game. That should be... No, it wasn't enough. Way of Wind picked up. I hope there is at least one more fight around here, because I think we shouldn't be too far off. Wait, we can look that up. Luch needs next level 868. Both of them. That's actually more than I thought. And what about Twingo? 182. So he's about to level up. I really only want to go back once we leveled up enough, but... Perhaps Alco strength. Do we have an Alco? Pretty sure we don't, right? No, Alco is more the wind monster thingy majig. Okay, current goal for today's episode, since we basically went through this, we want to merge once again. Come on, give me a fight. No, oh, a healing plant. I mean, what's in the ogre vines is always random. You don't have any way of knowing until you go in. But just the thing with the healing plant, it would be great if it was right in front of the boss. But then again, it's basically risk and reward. We're gonna save. And I'm gonna just go... I won't go back right now. I will go just into the next level of the wind forest. Way of Wind 1. Just to get Twingo, Cactus and Luch one more level up. Those things look vicious. Like, I like many of the wind monsters' appearances. But I don't like wind monsters. That's the problem. We set up a barrier, which should take at least one of the enemy's attacks, if not both. Let's see. Oh, okay, they just attack. Yeah, we take at least both. And you're dead. Like it, love it, did it. Oh, that, like, I think we're gonna go back to the temple as soon as we level them up. Because we're gonna have to go through this level once again anyway, when we come back next time. So it won't really make too much sense for us to complete this level now. Or this floor or whatever. Mostly because... like I said, yeah, we have to go back in here anyway. So we would get a bit more EXP and all. But... and more items. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If we are done after this level with the leveling thing, that we're just gonna go back. But I think we need one more fight for Cactus and Luch. Think. Yeah. And I gotta pee. That happens when you drink like 0.75 liters in not even an hour. Well, right now it's more than an hour. But still. Drank a lot of stuff. Yeah, one more fight. I mean... Oh. Okay, great. That's one more cocoon that we can take. It's Rootide. Oh. Interesting. Kind of a fairy-like thing. Looks interesting. So yeah, one thing about like stuff like G Fuel that's really great. Doesn't matter if you like energy drinks or not. I technically hate energy drinks, but this one is like I like it more than than regular energy drinks. But the thing is, it is just powder mixed with water. So, like, yeah, it is. The whole bottle is mostly water, and then it's just 1 spoonful of the powder. So it helps me actually drink enough water. That's the reason why I not only have this right next to me, but a regular water bottle as well. Because if I sit at my PC, I most likely won't think about drinking until I'm actually really thirsty. Unless I have something next to me. Like if I have a bottle next to me, I will keep drinking small sips every now and then, just because I have it. And that's way better than just having to stand up, running out, or going out and just getting something to drink and then back in and then later on again. Just having water bottles next to me.
Divine beasts.
Having them on my desk is really helpful. Okay. Samakis. Defense down, M all. Okay. Earns 10% more experience points. That is not a bad thing. Up speed by 10%. Also not bad. Lightning attack, L damage. Ooh. Extra damage on attacking Garas. Heavy sleep, all enemies. Screw you. Fewer MP needed for magic. Ooh. Speed down, XL, all enemies. Fewer MP needed for magic also. Oh. Oh. You know what? I'm gonna go with this. Wait, it's a coup, Alco, bug. I think, wait. Tiki is also a coup. Yes. That's really great. Because I mean, the wind attack with speed down, it really doesn't matter to me. But fewer MP needed for magic in general, even if it's just 10% less, I don't know how much it is great for our guy who is always struggling with MP. And also, since they're both cool, they should have synergy to give me more of these merging points. You'll see what I mean later on. And by the way, we just lost our earth attack because you cannot have you basically cannot have conflicting attacks, which is pretty interesting. Okay, we're gonna go with Luch next. Merge. Let's see. Do we have anything interesting here? Wait, we have burn shot, so yeah, we're gonna just go with burn attack. That's even stronger. L damage. Oh yes, oh yes. And up strength by 10%. This one is just plus 10, but this is 10%. So Luch will just destroy people out there. And he still looks so cute. We're gonna put him right here. Merge the next one. Merge Cactus, probably with the same thing. Probably. Because I mean, once again, L damage and more strength is a great thing. Or, I mean, no, yeah. Spirit Blast ups attack on repeat. Extra damage on attacking orcs. Nullified defense ups HP by 10%. That is actually not bad. Hatches from Aegis Imago, adult. That is really cool, but cuts HP to 3/4 if hits. Sucks. Ups attack all allies. Don't need that. Defense, don't need that. So Crush is actually a really cool idea, in my opinion. Or we just go with Burn Attack. No, you know what? Oh, Blast. We already had Crush. blast is the same, but stronger. We're gonna do that. Once again, he just basically does the same as he did before, just stronger. Yeah, I like that. And he is not our main attacker on the fire side. He's one of our attackers, but Luch is the main focus, basically. Which means merging Luch with the same monster that we merged Cactus with right now would actually be a good idea later on for 10% more HP. Because Luch isn't really the most resilient one, though basically he's really decent anyway. Nope, wait, that's not what I wanted. Do we have a better barrier? Nope, we don't. So I won't give him anything right. I mean, I could go with something like this. Then we wouldn't have a barrier for the next merging cycle. That sucks kinda. Recover MP, no. Absorbs HP. Prevent stun, poison, petrify. Ooh. What do we have right now? Skill break. Which is skill break, blocks poison, special attacks, earns 10% more experience points. Oh yeah, that's why we used it. Absorbs HP and prevents stun. We just want to see the ability. No, not the ability. We just want to see the passive, the skill or whatever. Water power resists all special attacks. Nah, that's just. Let's see if we find something we want here. Up strength, don't need that. Up strength and wisdom, don't need that. Resurrects, if not finished off, don't understand that. I mean, if you're finished off, you're dead. And then you resurrect. But how would you resurrect if you're not finished off? Strength and wisdom, up speed, up strength. Strength by 10%. Doesn't really... That's really not like... There is really nothing here. Maybe speed, but that's all. I don't really have anything that I want to teach him. Prevents MP damage. Don't need that. Prevents stun, poison, and petrify. I think we're gonna do that. Also, it's a Gara, so he will have higher... Yeah, we're gonna do that. So he is just more resilient. Because I don't want to change his attack. Because Buriedis is a heaven sent, and the next time we want to change his earth type attack is when we have a better barrier. And now slime. Good thing that I have so much money. Okay, Ragulth, great. Do we have someone with better Medina? Yes, we do. Medina, recover HP, L, all allies. That's just what we're gonna do. Once again, just the same thing that it did before, but stronger. So we now have a full team again. And we have some eggs to hatch, or at least one. Ah, this little guy looks pretty cool. Gonna name it random as always. Hazard, sure, that's a good name. Oops. I mean, we do have a few monsters that we could just merge. Quite a few. But I think we're gonna keep that for a later episode.
Thank you for coming.
We're gonna go and save right away. It's almost an hour. I think that's once again a pretty decent time. Gonna continue the game. I'm gonna save once again. I know that it's saved. I've seen it, and I see the emulator writing that it's saved still, just to be sure. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm the Renegade, Cactus and I gotta run. Bye bye!